Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, how I found me. So before we get started, if you like my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button, helps my channel grow. And feel free to leave comments. Love to hear from you. So, how I found me. Well, I retired like 2 years ago. And so in the last 2 years, I really discovered more about, what I like, what I don't like. You know, And I always felt guilty if I wasn't doing something constructive. So it really took me a while to adjust to I don't have to. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to worry about any of those things. But more importantly, I didn't feel like I needed to be doing something because at first I did. I did, even though I was happy to retire. I felt like if I wasn't doing something constructive with my time, and that it just kind of made me feel guilty. You know, I'm now finally okay with doing nothing. Now, you just don't have to worry about, like you have to do something. But so I'm now finally good with that. I can sit on the couch and watch a movie or something, and do nothing all day, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I actually enjoy myself more now that I've actually slowed down. You know, I've stopped and smelled the flowers, as they say. I look at what's going on around me. It's interesting to see, in the day by day activities of the world, what goes on around you that we never take time to stop and look at and either appreciate or just examine because we're so busy working and having to do so many things, demands of on our time in our lives. Excuse me. So, getting off the treadmill of work and demands of my time, I get to get out of bed when I want to, no longer when I had to. The ability to say no to all of the requests that come my way for things that, in the past I always felt like an obligation, like I had to help, I had to take care of, I had to do. And it's okay to say no. No, it's funny to say I don't have the time for it. Why? Because time is more valuable to you in what you want to do. It may sound strange because you're retired. You have nothing but time on your hands. But you know what? What do you want to do at that time? You really want to fulfill other people's requests as opposed to your own? I'm going to say no. You're much happier doing what you want. So it's absolutely okay to say no. You know, I've learned to like and appreciate the quiet that is now in my life. And it's great. It's amazing when you stop and slow down that how quiet everything is around you. And, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. It's nice for the peace and quiet. I never knew, quiet could be so enjoyable. I can work part-time if I choose or volunteer, volunteer to help others. And you can do it on your schedule, on your terms based on how you feel. So you always have options. If you feel like you have to do something or you want to do something, 1 or 2 days, you can always find volunteering as a great way to fill a little bit of that time. Possibly working part-time if you wanted to earn a little extra money for whatever, but you certainly have that as an option. So, it's something you can absolutely look at. But, the most important thing that I feel is I feel a lot more happy with my life. I feel like it is so much more free. Without the constraints of work and demands that are put upon you by others. So I'm really much more happy with my life. I am feeling so much more freer with what I do. So I'm going to tell you best piece of advice to give you. It isn't financial. So go free yourself and find your own happiness. So with that, let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I'm going to say have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.